We're here. We made it to Friday, everyone. Woohoo! We have meteorologist Meredith Garfalo joining us at the top of the show this morning because I think the question on everyone's mind right now is, how is Easter Sunday going to turn out with the weather?
I can tell you it's going to be a lot better. So that's the good news for us. I know originally it looked like we could have rain. Now, I do want to say it isn't going to rain overnight. So for Easter egg hunts on Sunday morning, make sure the kids aren't in their best attire because you might have mud everywhere.
Uh-oh. So the rain's going to continue throughout the day?
No, it won't continue throughout the day. It's going to be overnight into Sunday morning. And so things should be wrapped up by the time you're heading to church or you're going to the Easter egg hunts and festivities and Easter basket bunny searches. That's a good memory, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, are we done with the rain today? I know it sprinkled a little bit on our way into work, but that's at 3 o'clock in the morning.
The sun's out and it's going to stay out for pretty much most of the day, which is great. What's going to happen is, and this is what happens when we have these warmer temperatures in spring, for example, the atmosphere becomes kind of unsettled. You know, just like when something's in your stomach, it just doesn't feel right. It's kind of what happens to the atmosphere. It gets a little wishy-washy per se. So we might have some pop-up storms this afternoon. Some could be on the strong to severe side. The severe end threat is low, but it's not zero. So I wouldn't be surprised if we have a warning somewhere around central Ohio. But the better chance for severe weather will be tomorrow.
Okay. On Saturday.
Jeez. We have a ton. I know.
Just a sunny, calm weekend.
Yeah, but it's Easter weekend, and I don't know how many Easter weekends I remember that it didn't rain. It seems like it always, at least growing up, it rained every Easter. Oh, wow. Every time.
Well, I can tell you, though, the day isn't going to be completely ruined on Saturday, so we are going to be seeing the chance of showers and thunderstorms. However, it's 2 o'clock on, so my window is between 2 and 10. We could get a line of storms that form. There's some models saying it could happen like earlier between like 2 and 4. And then there's other ones that are saying between 5 and 6. And it's going to move through from west to east. So if you look to the west and it's starting to get dark or you hear thunder, no, that's probably the main line that'll be moving in. And we could see damaging wind gusts. We could see hail. And we could see an isolated tornado. It's going to be a pretty nasty cold front that comes through. But Sunday will be cold. I almost forgot to say that. Sunday will be in the 50s.
Oh, no.
After these 80 degrees days. We could set a record today and tomorrow, and then we're back in the 50s. Welcome to Central Ohio weather.
Yes, it's been so up and down the last 2 weeks, I feel like.
It has been. But we live in Ohio, right?
Yeah,
right, so.
I guess so. Alrighty, Meredith, thank you so much.
I love it, guys. Love seeing everybody. You guys too, and Easter blessings. Happy Easter.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Coming up on the big picture throughout this hour, we are talking with the city of Whitehall, talking about a program that just kicked off yesterday, or just opened up this week, to help people improve their homes.
Yeah, it's going to be a really great conversation. And Ohio Health is also joining us live later in the show. They're talking about the new cicada variant of COVID-19. I can't believe there's yet another variant, but we're going to go over signs and symptoms. And this is a little concerning, especially as we, look ahead to Easter weekend where a lot of families will be gathering together. But first, let's get to this. This breaking news that happened earlier this morning, a deadly shooting at a bar that we brought up last week.
It's a troubled bar, yes. It's one that has made news. Honestly, this is the third time really in the last, 6 months.
Right. And it's in the Linden area. And it's called First Stop Bar and Grill. And our Kristen McFarland was there all morning following the updates from police as it continued. First, we got reports of, someone being critically injured, but then we found out throughout the morning it turned fatal. So this is what she had to say at her last update.
In the past 20 minutes, we've seen several more investigators show up to the scene. I do want to show you what it looks like right now on Oakland Park Avenue. Still several Columbus police cruisers here. We've seen detectives walking around the area looking for surveillance video on homes and other nearby businesses. There's a Family Dollar right next to it, which is part of this scene. You can see it is taped off with caution tape. Again, we know that one man is dead from this shooting. A second victim, an adult in the hospital being treated for their injuries. We are unaware of their condition at the moment. Columbus Division of Police Commander Paul Sabos says that he believes this stemmed from an altercation inside the bar. We are still working to learn more information about what happened this morning. Detectives are expected to be out here for several hours. Right now, there is no suspect information at this time. Of course, we will continue to monitor the scene and keep you updated as we learn more.
Yeah, so this happened obviously this morning, and then last month, really just a couple weeks ago, before the turn of the month, we had a man and woman who were injured in a shooting at that bar. Then, just last July, 2 people were also shot at that bar. That time, it's not clear if that shooting happened inside or outside of the bar. So there are 2 just back-to-back, or not 2 back-to-back. Anyway, we've had multiple instances of shootings happening at that bar. And this is something we actually just talked about with City Attorney Zach Klein, because he does currently have litigation with this bar considered basically a nuisance property.
Yeah, the nuisance lawsuit goes all the way back to July. One of those shootings happened. And we asked him about this property last week here on The Big Picture, and also why these properties are such of importance to him and his team. And this is what he had to say. The bar there that you're trying to hold accountable, there's been multiple shootings there. What was the tipping point with that bar?
It was the most recent shooting. You know, we've already had them under court order, and a lot of these cases that you've mentioned and others, like they're generally already a case existed or has existed, and then they're being monitored by the court at that point. But sometimes, bad stuff still happens, and then you can file contempt actions. And then, it's one thing to say the city attorney's office is upset and we seek motions to do things. It's another thing to have the judge upset, and that's exactly what contempt of court is. It's like the judge can then impose criminal penalties, civil penalties, fines, etc. But like it's a place that, as you referenced, has a long history of problems. It was already under court order, and so dropping the hammer on it because someone got killed there.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, this is one that it's got a long history with his office. And so what we had called it this morning, which is, I think, the name on the building currently, is First Stop Bar and Grill. But if you look up that address, it also goes back to Oakland Park and Oakland Park Bar and Grill. It's used both back and forth. And I know, he mentioned that in our conversation last week that this is really a case of them kind of scamming out the liquor agency. There's a lot of history there.
A lot of problems.
Yeah. So this is one of the July lawsuit talking about that history of violent crimes, liquor law violations. And when he was on, this is not the only bar that the city has gone after.
We talked to him about the Baymont Inn, which is also, there's been over 400 calls for police to respond there. And he talks about all the resources that are being used to respond to these nuisance calls, help address those situations. It's burdening the city. Right,
because we saw the same thing with Johnny's Corner Bar up there in the Old North neighborhood there on 4th.
A lot of shootings
or
there.
Summit Street. It was on Summit Street. And it was another result of that. And so we've got these cases of multiple, whether that be hotels like the Baymont Inn, or these bars that are continually taking police resources away, but that also puts a lot of strain on resources at the city attorney's office. And that's exactly what I asked him about last week. This is also a big caseload for your office. I mean, it seems like there's a new one of these, or couple of them at least a month. How much of your staff does this take up to fight these nuisance properties?
So when I became city attorney, there was was called the Zone Initiative at the time. So my predecessor created it. At the time, there were 5 Columbus police zones. So there was a lawyer assigned to each one of those 5 Columbus police zones that went to the area commissions, worked with police, block watch associations to identify problem properties in each one of those zones. I expanded it when I became city attorney, so it was a great blueprint to work off of. So not only did I expand it, the Division of Police added a 6th police zone. So now there's 6 police zones. So we have a section chief that manages the section. We have 6 lawyers assigned to each one of the Columbus police zones. And then what we learned through real experience is, it's one thing to go in and shut down an apartment complex, but like, what do you do with the people? In already a tight housing market, where folks are, it's hard to find a good affordable rent. So we've added, with the help of the mayor, added social workers that help the displaced residents find a place to live. So we continue to expand, but it has been a priority of mine to focus on problem properties because it really attacks crime and the quality of life for people just trying to raise their family. Like the stories that we hear about, hey, my kid's just like playing out in the front yard and there's this happens or that happens. Like I have kids, like no family should have to deal with that. So it's a priority for us to be as aggressive as possible to shut those places down.
So when it goes back to what happened this morning at the First Stop Bar and Grill, once again, we know that one person died. Another person is in the hospital, and we don't really have any suspect information at this time on how this happened. We don't know. We know it led up to, there was some sort of altercation, a fight inside the bar that led up to this, but we don't know all the stuff around that. So police are currently investigating that, and somebody will be on that today. You can watch that later. Updates 10 TV News at noon, 4, 5, 6, and 11.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, switching gears now. A little heart and hope in the world.
Yeah,
Artemis 2.
It has gained a lot of attention.
Yes, it's on its day 3 of its 10-day journey around the moon. Right now, they are in Earth's orbit currently, but they're about to leave orbit. They're leaving orbit soon, and they're going to launch towards the moon to go to that deepest part of space that we've never had humans before. And we got a message from the crew, yesterday, and they're doing good. They're hanging out in zero gravity. They had a crew dinner together.
Yeah, and I liked what they had to say. It was really sweet.
Yeah,
and
it's really, really sweet. Take a listen.
Well, the first thing I would say is trust us. You look amazing. You look beautiful. And from up here, you also look like one thing. You know, Homo sapiens is all of us, no matter where you're from or you know, what you look like. We're all one people. And so, you know, this mission, one of the things that's amazing about being around and just being in an astronaut, you know, serving our countries at this time is that we get to give ourselves a mission that we can hold on to say, hey, look at what we did for the rest of our lives. You know, we call amazing things that humans do moonshots for a reason, because this brought us together and showed us what we can do when we put, not just putting our differences aside, when we bring our differences together and use all the strengths to accomplish something great. And so this mission will give us one of those that we all can remember and hold on to for the rest of our days. And I hope people will tune in and give us a chance.
Yeah, so
I love his message. I think, like, I haven't been to space, but obviously this brings them such deep perspective about all the fighting that happens back here on Earth. It just doesn't matter.
No,
it does not matter. Yeah. We're all humans. We're all the same. And this really is a trip just for humanity. So it's awesome.
So, yeah, I've got it pulled up here on NASA's website.
Yeah, you can track it, you
can track it. If you go to nasa.gov, you can track Artemis in real time. It is on the way to the moon. It's out of Earth's orbit now. It is on its way. It's going to take a couple days to get there, but it's traveling incredibly quickly. We're traveling much quicker than the Apollo missions. And that's why they're going kind of farther past the moon than we saw the last time, because how fast going.
And Victor, who just spoke, he's the pilot, and he also describes how smooth the driving has been of the spaceship, which he found interesting compared to the simulations that they were doing here on Earth with NASA. But this has been smooth sailing so far, but they did have some toilet troubles, Collin.
Yeah, which is
they did have a little bit of issues the first couple days. The flight director said there wasn't enough fluid in something that spins up. But he said this is a great reminder that these are real people in a real situation,
nothing more real people than that.
Figuring out problems and addressing them. And they're in space.
Right.
And not everything's going to go according to plan. But they got the problem fixed. Their toilets are now working. But they're going to run into those issues, I guess.
I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but she was like, I call myself the space plumber
Christina.
now. Christina was like, I'm the space plumber now. So
yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun to track and kind of see what they're doing.
So wait, where are they specifically right now?
What? Somewhere between Earth and the moon.
They're out of this world.
My computer was just like, nope, we're done. So maybe we'll update you on that. Anyway, they're 85,000 miles, or no, hold on. 80 coming up on 85,000 miles away from Earth.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're far away.
Right. So
but they've even further to go.
One day, 14 hours, 36 minutes into their mission.
Wow. Well, Godspeed. We will keep watching that.
Get this. 4,400 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Crazy.
They're flying.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll be right back after this short break. We have Tyus Powell coming up to talk about Blue Jackets, March Madness, all that good stuff.
All the fun stuff. Welcome back to The Big Picture on your Friday.
Yes.
We are week 3. So, all right. We got to get we're going to get the hard stuff out of the way with Tyvis.
Here we
can
go.
talk about better stuff.
Here we
but
go.
we got to talk about 5 losses in a row.
That's pretty bad. We were all rooting for them.
You know,
Again, it's because he hasn't been at the games.
the coach, that is true.
That is true.
The Blue Jackets coach had quite the scathing comments about, he was like, we had some people trying their best and some people who did not. He was upset.
To be saying that, knowing the stakes, that's sad. And the thing about the Jackets, and you could go back to last year, they've never done well when people praise them. I don't know why that is.
They get you comfortable.
Like, go back to last year after the Stadium Series when they had the big game in the shoe, right?
Yeah.
They were in the playoffs and everybody was patting them on the back. Oh, you guys are a playoff team. And they went on like a 2-week losing streak.
Yeah.
Same thing this year. They go on a nice winning streak. They was second in the Metro, comfortably in the playoffs. And now they go on a losing streak, and I just don't understand it. So maybe this is a good thing. Now that they have to claw and fight their way, and people starting to doubt them again, maybe that's just how they. Maybe that's just what they're better at. Yeah, I mean, right now they're tied with I think it's Detroit and Ottawa with 88 points. But they lose the tiebreakers to all of them, so they need some help there. But they should be fine.
I mean,
they got to win
a
against
good
Winnipeg on Saturday.
Yeah,
They got to get it together.
It's just getting the performance.
What would
right.
you tell them, Tyvis? Not that. Have you played
I
hockey?
would no.
Okay.
That's
I
true.
love hockey. Like, it's
Hockey's
fun to watch.
fun.
Hockey.
Oh, yeah. I love hockey.
So I did a couple of years ago. I did Tyvis tries, and I went up against some of the top Ohio State players on the hockey team, men's and women's, and I was the goalie. And the objective was to stop the puck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was harder than I thought. Now, hold on, wait a minute. Let me preface this. Now, I was good. Hold on. I told them. No, listen. I told them if you try me glove side, I'm telling you. Look, it's on YouTube. It's all documented.
We will be pulling
Listen,
that up
if you try me
Monday.
Glove side, you have no chance. They tried me glove side. Come on, give me that. What you doing?
There we go.
And when I just don't do splits.
Yeah.
So they figured that out.
But man,
it
we're
was,
putting up against the Canadians. It's
Hey,
such
they're
a,
gonna-
like
yeah.
that is
Good luck.
their sport.
yeah. Yeah.
Hey, well, the Olympics proved otherwise.
That's
so.
true.
Yeah, that's true. That is
Can't
true.
forget that.
USA.
But no,
Okay.
the Jackets have to find a way to win against
Yes.
Winnipeg. Winnipeg is not doing that well right now. They get that win. I think they play Detroit after that, which is a direct head-to-head game that they need to get that tiebreaker.
I think
6
they can do
games left. If they handle their business, they should be fine.
Well, if Tyvis's theory
I
is
wanna see them
correct,
do it.
Everybody,
they'll start
we
winning
haven't made
again.
the playoffs since COVID.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Come on,
okay.
Blue Jackets.
March Madness basketball. Who's playing today?
Today we got Illinois versus UConn. I think that game's at 6:49, and then we got Wolverines Arizona at like 8:19.
That's gonna be a good game.
That's the one that people claim is the national championship. You got 2 schools that are really, really good. Like it's funny. It's because both teams have good size. They have a lot of bigs, and they've been really good on the boards. It's gonna come down to the guard play, and I think Arizona actually got the slight edge in the guard play. So that one's gonna be really good. And then the Illinois UConn. I'm rooting for the Big Ten, not when it comes to the Wolverines, but when it comes to Illinois, I will root for the Big Ten.
I want to see the Illini do it.
I do too. But it's Dan Hurley, it's UConn. They've been there.
UConn's
They
good.
know what to do. As long as Dan Hurley ain't headbutting nobody, it's going to be a really good game. But the thing about Illinois is their offense has been unbelievable. They've played each other. Illinois played UConn back in November 28th. UConn beat them by 13 points. I think the final score was 74-61. I would tell you Illinois is a totally different team. If you go back and watch that game, that's not the same Illinois team that you'll see. And as of today, as of like 20 minutes ago, Illinois is still favored by 1.5 points to win this game.
Close.
Yeah.
Still close.
Come on, let's do it. All right.
Okay. Easter trivia.
Oh,
Let's
pivot
go,
from
you
sports.
two. Pivoting.
Oh, man.
Okay. What candy used to be a real toy before it was edible?
Easter Bunny.
No.
I
Colin.
don't know. I don't know. Cadbury eggs. I don't know.
Peeps. They were originally made by hand
Just like rubber
shaped like
ducks.
chicks.
You-
now
you-
they're a sugary empire.
Do you like Peeps?
No. My grandpa
See,
did,
I don't
though.
either. No, say
roast them like a marshmallow. Put them on a
Oh.
s'more. It will put you in a diabetic coma, but it's great.
Sounds actually really
Do it.
fun to try.
I've never thought about that.
Yeah, I'm not also a Peeps person. I am a Cadbury cream egg person, which I know is a very unpopular opinion.
Well, that leads me to my next question. What's the most popular Easter egg or Easter candy in the U.S.?
Reese's.
It's gotta be the Reese's eggs.
He's looking at my papers.
Is that the answer?
Yeah.
It's the perfect,
I mean, it's
it is
the-
the
yeah.
perfect ratio of
No,
peanut butter
Some
and
people
chocolate.
will argue that the Easter Reese's is the best out of all holiday candy.
I'll agree.
I think
Okay.
I agree with you.
This will be my last question. Why do we have the Easter bunny instead of, say, the Easter chicken?
Because of the
Bunnies are
eggs.
spring
No,
animals?
I don't
I don't
know.
know.
Yeah, I have no idea. That's a great question.
Well, not to get religious, but Easter, symbolic rising
Yes.
of Jesus Christ, and rabbits are ancient symbols of fertility and new life, and they're cute and fluffy.
They are.
Deep,
There you go.
deep
But you're talking about
thinkers.
the Rabbit Rescue Project on
Oh
Monday.
yeah, we have them coming in Monday, talking about why it's really important to, if you're gifting a
Yeah.
bunny, are
Don't
you
gift
giving your
animals as
girls
pets.
a rabbit?
No,
this Easter?
no, they got a dog at home.
Okay, that's
bruh.
enough.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But people really buy their kids bunnies,
Right.
But
Like
they,
live bunnies.
yes, for
And
Easter.
chickens.
And
New-
then they don't know how to take care of them. And bunnies actually they require a lot of tender love and care. You can't just give them carrots. They don't eat carrots. Anyway, we have them coming
Bugs
on
Bunny's
Monday.
been lying to me
Yeah.
my entire
That being
life.
said, also still staying on the vein of
Yeah.
Easter and Good Friday and sports all tied together.
I know.
Because this is the Cleveland Guardians home opener today.
Ooh.
The Cleveland Diocese says,
Ooh.
don't eat the hot dogs. It does not.
No.
Yeah.
They will not forgive you.
They said you still need to abstain from eating the hot dogs today. You are not absolved
funny.
from your Lenten fast. You have to abide. So if you are a
Listen,
practicing
they can
Catholic,
make an
you're not gonna-
exception for that.
No,
You can't go to a ball game and not have a dog.
the bishop says no.
But you know what you can have at the ball game? A glass of wine.
That's true.
Catholics love their wine.
You
I can
only
say
take
that because I'm Catholic.
You can only take part of the 999 challenge. You can only have the 9 beers and the 9 innings. You gotta leave the hot dogs behind.
Oh my gosh, Titus, thanks for coming on.
problem.
Happy
I appreciate
Easter.
it. Happy Easter to y'all as well.
All right, Angela Ann's on next. Welcome back to The Big Picture. Right now, we are talking with Angela Ann. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
You've got a new episode of This Week in Boomtown dropping tonight.
Yes, 9 p.m., 10 TV Plus, everything.
Yeah.
We try to cram everything into like this amount of space. Go ahead.
I was just saying, they made the mistake of giving us a full hour. So.
I know, right? And we still can't wrap you two.
Welcome to Unhinged Fridays.
I love it. Let's talk about the big story. I think there's a theme. There's always a theme that percolates every week. We're like, oh, those stories go together. Everyone's expanding. Everyone is adding a new location or what have you. So a couple places. Goodwill Columbus, we love thrifting. Like, how much do you love to find a great Goodwill? Yeah. Well, last week they opened up their first ever Westerville location. It's their largest store out of all 12 retailers. But people were so excited because they're like, there isn't one for Goodwill Columbus here in Westerville. But what's really great is that they are strategically putting their stores where the need is the most. And I think that's the theme that we're seeing in a lot of other types of expansions. Northwest Bank, everyone's like, what kind of bank is that? They now have 4 branch locations and just opened up one at Ohio State. So when we talked to Northwest Bank, we said, well, why there? There are so many other banks that we see everywhere. But they said that's actually a really underserved area. And Northwest Bank is a little bit different. They have these banks where there are no tellers. Mm-hmm. You just walk in and you have like little kiosks and you do your banking and you leave.
I've had a bank like that. Where
I like talking to people.
Everything's done through this weird kiosk with a remote teller. I don't know how I feel about it, but it works.
Yeah.
Well, it does if you can do the math yourself. Usually I'm like, I can't add up this deposit slip. Can you figure this out for me? So I'm glad Bryn's like, me too. Right on.
I like saying hi and talking to these people at the bank.
Yes. So we're talking a lot about expansion. And then the big story today is the National Women's Soccer League.
Yes. That's exciting.
It's really exciting.
It's been percolating, right? Columbus is a soccer town. And, we have this whole push for Ignite Her, which is the big push for women's sports. And we knew that Columbus wanted to maybe have a professional women's league, but everyone's like, how are we going to fund it? What's going to happen? And then boom, there's a big press conference today where the owners of Columbus Crew work together with City Council to come up with a plan to help fund it because they need about $400 million to make this happen or something crazy like that.
The city's willing to throw a lot of money at this too, right?
They really are, but at the end of the day, so will fans, right? So there's like a 2% kind of, I don't know how they're going to call it, ticket fee or some kind of admissions fee that's going to help generate like $25 million that will go towards this, but they're also going to build a new training facility just for the professional women. So all of this is for them to say, hey, we've got a plan. Now they can go and make a bid for it.
Now, where would they play? Would they play at Crew Stadium or historic Crew's being turned, I guess, into the
Aviators.
They should build them a new stadium. Those girls deserve it.
Absolutely. And so there's all this talk about it. Right. So we'll find out more today. Okay. And that's a story that we're following. But when you talk about expansion, it seems like everybody wants to either come here to Columbus or they want to expand because they see the growth that's happening.
Yeah,
that's exciting.
Some massive pushes. I mean, Fifth Third Bank has done, a lot of community outreach in some of these neighborhoods as they see the rise in people in various different neighborhoods, their interest peak in buying homes.
Right.
So, times are changing.
And even like the investments going into Nationwide to bring more artists and music and talent to perform here. It's all plays into it.
Right.
And getting to Columbus, if you drive, you're stopping off places, and that is a big project of really Governor DeWine's final year.
Are you talking about the rest stop areas?
The rest stop boom.
Do you remember as kids, like on road trips, like you did not want to go to a rest stop, right?
Absolutely.
But now people in Ohio are actually making it like a vacation planner because they have I know, Colin's like, pause on that for a minute. Have you seen these? The pictures coming, they just opened up one in Madison County, and they have themes that go back to Ohio's heritage. So the one in Madison County is all about the military, and Mott's Military Museum in Groveport brought a bunch of memorabilia there. So as people stop at these rest stops around the state, they can learn a little bit more about our history, our culture, and they're beautiful. Like you want to have lunch at a rest stop.
And that's nice. The one headed north on 71 between here and here in Sunbury is Getting close. They've already got it pretty much up because they knocked that one down. It's the one that's just south of 36, 37.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And the other thing with those is they're trying to put in charging stations as well for electric vehicles because that was a huge talker as well.
And I think the governor realized that it's time to upgrade, right? Like it's been a while since attention. And he's like, listen, this is the gateway of as we grow as a state, people are coming here. This is kind of our front door, right? So we want to make sure that curb appeal looks nice.
Right.
And Dayton's the crossroads of America.
Right?
Yeah.
Is it really? Is that what they're called? Okay, there you go.
So we got to up our rest stop game.
They're better than Indiana's. Indiana's are not nice.
And Michigan's.
All right. What time does this week in Boomtown drop?
All right, we drop at 9 p.m. on 10 TV Plus, so be sure to tune in. And, who knows what's going to happen today. We changed on the dime with maybe adding something new.
Right. All right, Angela, thanks so much.
Good to see you guys.
Whitehall is joining us to talk about a home reinvestment program. It's a great opportunity to grow some of the homes in Whitehall. That's next. All right, welcome back to The Big Picture. Right now, we are joined by Casey Rowlands and Gerald Wright from the city of Whitehall. Thank you both for coming in. We are talking about the home reinvestment program. Applications just opened for this. So tell us a little about what is the background? Why are we doing this for the people of Whitehall?
Yeah, so the home reinvestment program has been around. This will be the 12th year that we have it going. We took a short break during pandemic. So when we spoke with the mayor coming in, Mayor Bivens was really excited about bringing it back. And so we're here and we're happy to have it going.
Yeah, explain to us how this works. How do people apply for this? I know you guys brought us something. The application, right?
We do, yeah. We have the application. The application is on our website. Personally, I like people to stop in and grab the application so I can meet them and talk them through the process. And so basically what it is, it's a front-facing project. You can do your exterior home improvements. And you do the project, you get approved for the project, complete the project, and we give you a 50% reimbursement up to $5,000.
Wow.
That's a lot of money.
And, Whitehall has seen some incredible development and growth in the recent years, because we kind of talked that people are seeing the city as a great affordable entry into home ownership, and you've got some really wonderful neighborhoods over there. So this is a way to help people on that journey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I guess where you've seen the need for this, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Talk a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So one of the things that we take a look at in Whitehall is that we know that we have an aging housing supply. And we also know that 60% of the residents are renters. So for home ownership opportunities, we're very intentional. And Mayor Bivens in particular has been very intentional about wanting the city's overall strategy of reinvestment to also affect and impact those that call Whitehall home. You know, healthy cities really are built on healthy neighborhoods, and healthy neighborhoods are built on people who feel supported. So we feel that this home reinvestment program is a great way of making sure that the homeowners feel supported and proud to call Whitehall home.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, how does like dignity tie into all of this? People want to feel good when they come home and when they look at their house.
Absolutely. And so that's one of the reasons why we're really emphasizing the types of projects that affect the way the house looks, the way someone feels about their home. You know, there are a lot of programs out there that focus on structural improvements, but we're really targeting those types of projects that are affecting curb appeal and how a person feels about their home. And also, when you talk about dignity, the homeowner is really in charge of what gets done, because the way this program works, they find a project that they really feel passionate about. They find the contractor, and then the city puts those dollars back in their pocket. So I think that's something that we all can feel really good about.
And this isn't that restrictive of a program. There is an income requirement, but it's what, like
$125,000 for a household maximum.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's achievable for a lot of people in the Whitehall community.
Yeah, we actually raised that last year. It was a restriction of $100,000, and we were like, you know what? Let's open it up. Let's make it broader and give more opportunity. So,
and I know this has been going on for the last 12 years. But what are some of the most common projects that you find these homeowners wanting and renters wanting to do to the outside of their homes?
The big ones are fencing. We also have a chain link fencing program where we will give folks $750 just to remove their chain link fence. You don't have to put anything back in its place, but if you want to, that $750 helps. Back in 2023, the code changed to restrict chain link fencing. And so we're just trying to get people to move towards, a more aesthetic material. Another one is driveways. Driveways are a big deal, and things that are small, like landscaping. People, you don't even think about it, but some nice landscaping goes a long way for the curb appeal.
Right. And I guess really what kind of projects does this cover? Does it cover roofs, for example? Or
roof is pretty much the only one that it does not cover. Yeah. You can do windows, doors for your entire home, siding for the entire home, house painting, like I said, fencing. Roofing is the only one that we really don't cover, just for insurance purposes. There's a lot of
it's tricky.
Yeah.
And this money is first come, first serve.
It is, yes.
So if you have projects, it's kind of you need to get in.
Right.
Yes. Yes. But we're really investing in this program. Last year, I believe we served 15 homeowners. We have a goal of serving 20. We'd love to serve 30 this year. So we're really encouraging you, get those applications in.
Yeah. And do you see like a particular neighborhood in Whitehall that's really starting to see some redevelopment and growth right now?
Gosh, I think there are small pockets of Whitehall. We are a very diverse city, and so we want to spread across the entire community. We're 5 square miles, give or take, and so we have a big reach in our small little area. So,
and also, once you do these projects, there is a deadline of when you got to get them done.
There is. Yes. So the deadline is December 9th. You have to have all of your invoices and your after photos turned into the city, and then we can reimburse you for.
And do you help people find contractors for certain things?
We can, yeah. So we have a list of registered contractors in the city. If you stop into City Hall, we can get you that list, and they're available.
And Bryn, that's actually one of the things that we're really hopeful of being able to implement a little bit more in the years to come. We're hoping to get a network of contractors who are able to serve as kind of that primary call that we can say, these are contractors that have worked with Whitehall homeowners before, hopefully have a strong connection to Whitehall, so that we can even ease that tension that people naturally feel when they're reaching out to contractors. Because for most of us, that's a world that we don't really understand that much.
And having a contractor that knows this process, they know what to bring to the table, because there are requirements that you have to have this, and this ready in order
Yes.
for that reimbursement project.
Yes.
And something also that's really important is if a homeowner wants to do the project there on their own, they can do it. They can put their sweat equity and sweat labor into the project. They just have to show us the material costs, and we'll reimburse them for that as well.
Keep your receipts.
Exactly.
That's
Yes.
right. That's right. That's
Got
right.
it.
Yeah. So where can people go to pick up this application?
Yeah, so you can stop out to City Hall, like I said, 360 South Yearling Road out in Whitehall. You can also find it on our website at www.whitehall-oh.us.
Yeah. And it's a short application.
It
It's an
is.
easy one.
Yes, yep.
I think we've got two pages to
Two
fill out.
pages,
So I
and
mean,
then-
it is completely doable. I'll hold it up here because nobody's got the camera
Yeah.
on me. All right.
And when it comes to beautifying Whitehall, when we think like cities like New Albany, we think white picket fence, and I know you're trying to get rid of the chain link fences. What do you hope people take away from Whitehall when they leave with this project?
Well, one of the things that I really hope folks will take away is the very intentional way Whitehall has addressed our own change in code. Because as Casey mentioned, in 2023, when code changed so that the chain link fences are no longer allowed, even though it's grandfathered in, I think Mayor Bivens really deserves a huge shout out for finding a way to say, we're going to not only help you grow with Whitehall, but we want to be part of the process. So if you think about it, a homeowner can take advantage of that $750 grant 1 year to remove the chain link fence. But then a second project could be actually replacing it with something that's a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, something that really speaks to their personality. So I think that is just a huge way of helping homeowners be part of this change.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming on today.
Thank you.
Happy Easter.
All right, we'll be right back.
All right, welcome back to the big picture.
Yes.
We had to switch up. We're having some technical difficulties. If you're like, how did they get over here?
Right. We have 2 minutes, and that is
It's
an
a live
eternity.
show. It is.
In live production. So, all right, we are talking kind of a new variant of COVID going around.
The
called
cicada
variant. Yeah.
Why it's called that, I don't know, but that's why we have Dr. Bryn on with Ohio Health today joining us. How are you?
Hey, good morning. Doing great. How are you guys?
Good.
Uh-oh. Can you hear him?
I can't. Hold on. Just a second.
1 second. Bear with us, doctor.
Oh, there it is. Okay. We should be able to hear him now.
Hello.
Thank you so much.
Hey, good morning. Can you guys hear me okay now?
Yes.
We've got you fine now.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Love it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what is
gonna
the
say,
cicada
the
variant?
It's kind of a cool thing that they did the way they named it, because It was previously a dormant strain, and then or a dominant strain became a dormant strain, and now it's kind of resurfaced. So I thought that was as a former biology major myself, I thought that was pretty clever that they called it cicada because of its reemergence here recently.
And so, I mean, I keep thinking about Easter gatherings happening right now and this weekend. How contagious is this variant, and what should people know if they are gathering with family this weekend? What are the different signs and symptoms compared to like the traditional COVID that we know?
Yeah, it's very similar. Looking at previous strains, it's very similar to the Omicron variant that we looked at before. It does have a lot of different mutations compared to that one, though. And so a lot of the same symptoms: cough, congestion, fever, difficulty breathing. So those that are at high risk, especially people who are immunocompromised, or if you're receiving any chemotherapy treatment, or if you're over the age of 75, just be cautious. Ask your friends and family members that you're gathering with, if anyone is sick, to please tell them to stay home. I think that's the biggest messaging. Our risk of death and hospitalizations hasn't necessarily gone up recently with this new variant, although it seems to be spreading pretty rapidly across the country, now found in 25 states. But that's one of the biggest things I recommend is, if you're sick, just stay home. You can celebrate next week or the following week, and be proactive. If you do have some health conditions, please ask your family members if they are feeling ill, because it still could potentially cause a family member to go to the hospital.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, no, you go ahead.
So when it comes to if you've gotten your COVID booster, does that play, is that protect you against this new variant, or are you still at risk? Does some of your immunity from having it in the past or getting the booster, is that helping with this?
Yeah, we're fortunate. Most people have gotten the shot or the booster, so we have pretty good herd immunity here. And then also too, I would recommend, if you're in one of those higher risk groups, definitely get the new 25 to 26 vaccine as recommended on the CDC website. But yeah, we're fortunate in that we had a high infectivity rates over the last couple of years, so we do have some good immunity. And again, it is kind of similar to that Omicron variant we saw about 2.5 years ago or 2 years ago. And so we should have pretty good immunity to help prevent severe disease. It is still possible to get COVID. We do talk about hospitalizations and death, but unfortunately, we also see a lot of what we call morbidity too. So things where people can get chronic fatigue, chronic brain fog, and those types of post-COVID symptoms. We're seeing those pop up over the years a little bit more, but not necessarily a higher incidence with this newer variant.
We're obviously in the middle of allergy season. Is it easy for people who are not feeling well, maybe they think it's allergies, to get it kind of confused, and maybe they actually have this cicada variant of COVID?
Yeah, it's a good call out. So with allergies, typically you'll get itchy, watery eyes, runny nose, and sneeze. You can get a little bit of coughing with this as well, especially if you do have a history of asthma or anything like we call reactive airway disease. The biggest differentiator between COVID and allergies is typically the fever and more of that like productive cough and more difficulty with breathing. Typically with allergy symptoms, you kind of get more red, itchy, runny nose, that type of thing. And usually over-the-counter antihistamines can be great to help treat that for both kids and adults. And also adults can use nasal steroids to help with that as well. And I did do a search. It looks like the current variant, if you are worried, you can do an over-the-counter COVID test because the COVID test doesn't necessarily test for the specific spike proteins. It tests for the COVID virus in general. So the over-the-counter test will still work. If you are having symptoms, you can do one of those over-the-counter tests pretty easily, and then know for sure if you have it or not.
For those hosting Easter dinner, like me, is there good ways to COVID-proof your food that you have on the table?
Yeah, so we look back. I remember the first couple of weeks. I remember we were told to wipe down food and do all those package things. The great news is we don't really have to do that anymore. I think if you are hosting, if you're sick, it might be time to find a different host to host Easter dinner. But really, the basic things. My wife's a fourth grade teacher, so we always joke about the basic things of health and wellness. Is if you're sick, stay home. Wash your hands very, very frequently. If you cough or sneeze, make sure you cover your mouth, with your sleeve. You can do the dab, as we always say for our kids, or you can grab like a paper towel or something like that. But, for the most part, I think, no increased precautions are needed. I think just good hand hygiene. And again, if you do feel sick, please stay at home. And what's crazy, and I know this sounds crazy, it's April, but we are still seeing a couple of flu cases as well. So flu A and flu B are still kind of running around. We had a really rough flu season this year. So that's another one you definitely don't want to pass on to friends or family. We had both flu A and flu B in our house back in January and February. It was not a good time.
Mm-hmm. My last question, is it too late to get your flu shot or your COVID shot?
For the COVID shot, I would say definitely if you're in the high risk category, definitely go get that. It's going to decrease your risk of severe disease and hospitalization. In the flu category, we're kind of coming out of flu season. So usually you need a couple of weeks to build that immunity. So we've actually stopped giving the flu shots in our office moving forward now. So, but definitely when October rolls around again, I would definitely look at getting that flu vaccine. As it will keep you out of the hospital. I tell people this every year. We have tens of thousands of deaths from the flu every year. And when you get the vaccine, you still could potentially get the flu, but you'll at least know that you're very, very unlikely to go to the hospital and get very sick there. So, and again, they are expecting a new COVID vaccine probably towards the end of this year as well, as we learn more about this cicada variant. And hopefully we can put it back into its dormancy there, to give a good dad joke for a good dad biology joke there for you.
All right, Dr. Bryn, thank you so much for coming on today. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
All righty.
We'll be right back on The Big Picture. We're talking more Easter preparations.
Yes.
All right.
Already left.
We are. We're wrapping things up here on the big picture as we head into the
Guys, we made it to
weekend.
Friday. Give me some, Amy. Give me
We got
some.
that.
Zenobia, air high five. There we go, girlfriend.
Yeah, and it's gonna be kind of nice. It's gonna be kind of nice, as we heard from Meredith.
Yeah,
Only kind
what are
of.
you doing this weekend? Anything
I'm
fun?
actually heading up to Cleveland to see my
Okay.
family.
Fun.
So yes.
Yeah.
Is the weather gonna be good there?
Great question.
Good
I probably
question.
should have looked.
Better
I
than that
imagine it's
Guardians
similar
home
to
opener
here.
tonight.
Colin, what are you doing this weekend?
Depends on the rain.
Okay.
So I'm supposed to have my first kickball match. Our
Okay.
spring season opens. It's supposed to start Sunday, but we play at Simmons Park down in Groveport, and that park floods.
Yeah. It'd be a messy
It's rained.
kickball
It's rained
game.
all week, so there's a good chance that we won't have it. But who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be fun. Otherwise, pop in for some Easter brunches. And
Fun.
Yeah.
Everyone loves a good brunch on Easter.
A brunch anytime is
But
great.
I do have to
It doesn't
give
have to be a holiday.
I have to give
brunch.
an early birthday shout out to my father.
Oh,
Kenny
I love
Caswell.
this.
Happy birthday. Is that a real photo?
Yes, that's me at my wedding.
That is Bryn. What do you mean? Is that
Zenobia's out here being
No,
like, hey,
this is him handing me off. God, I love him so
So
much I
pretty.
could
Your wedding
cry.
photographer was
Guys,
fabulous.
he's turning 70. It's a really
Oh,
big,
a big
birthday.
birthday.
So, Dad, I know you're watching. He loves supporting us here. Anyway,
Well,
Happy
I love you.
birthday.
I'm not gonna cry.
Happy
I'm not
birthday,
gonna
Mr.
cry
Bryn's
on air.
dad.
Yeah.
You guys are gorgeous. I've seen you say that.
Thank you. So, Amy,
Okay.
I made a game, you guys.
Would you like to
at
play
my
a
desk
game?
today. So, one of these eggs has cash in it.
Ooh. Cash?
Cash.
All right.
Which one are you going to pick?
What are the other options?
I'm gonna go
There's
with
things
this
inside.
one.
Dang it! Woo! She found it. $1. There you go. The blue one.
I was like, what else did you hide?
The blue one says, "Loser, try again next year." Sorry.
Because I'll be winner.
This one has a NASA sticker from my desk.
Because we're still tracking Artemis.
Okay, and I have 2 more Easter questions because we still have some time to burn.
Okay.
Okay. What's the world record for the largest Easter egg ever made?
Like in pounds?
Like,
Yes.
Or like, yeah, I was like, are we measuring like
Okay.
Yeah.
American
Made
measurements?
like a
a chicken
hard-boiled
egg?
Or do
No,
you
like
mean-
a chocolate egg.
Oh, I don't know.
a chocolate egg.
I should have
Okay.
been specific. Sorry.
Let's go.
75 pounds? Like, I don't know. Like,
I feel like I'm thinking of the Circleville Pumpkin Show and how big those
Right.
pumpkins get. Let's go with like 110.
yeah, I'm guessing like washing machine size. I don't know.
I'm going 160.
160.
Okay, Zenobia, we hear you. We hear you.
Hey, Zenobia Cam.
Guys, 8,000 pounds.
We're so
You guys were low.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
It's over 25 feet
80.
tall.
Colin gets like 80.
4 tons.
I know. Okay.
We can't do math here.
This is why we're all in journalism.
Yeah.
Because math was not our strongest suit.
I actually liked math class, but I wasn't good at it.
Yeah.
I hated math.
You guys are gonna go crazy for this.
Uh-oh, what's she pulling up?
Zenobia's
Okay,
pulling up something for
last
us.
question for now. Americans eat, true or false? Americans eat more than 1 billion peeps every Easter.
That's got to be true.
Americans as a whole, yeah,
Done.
that's
True.
right.
Locked
True.
in.
Really? Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite Easter candy?
I like anything with peanut butter, or like I love
Okay.
like the dark chocolate with like raspberry.
Okay. Do you, where do you stand on the Reese's eggs? Are they the best Reese's?
I feel like they've gotten worse over the years. Is that me?
No, that
I
is
know
actually
that,
true.
I know
There's
they
a whole
switched the
other-
recipe
Yes.
and stuff. I think the Christmas tree ones are a little better.
Oh,
but-
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, are you a Mally's chocolate girl?
Oh, of course.
Okay. Have you ever had their marshmallow eggs?
Yes.
Those are my favorite.
And they're Crunch bars. My mom always used one of those.
Yeah.
So.
Colin, favorite candy?
Oh, it's the Cadbury cream eggs. I know people are like,
Oh, yeah,
"Ew,"
you like
but
those.
I love
I actually
them.
don't think I've ever had one of those.
Well,
I
I
like
know what I'm bringing in Monday.
Okay.
Jelly beans too.
Okay, ready?
Jelly
Here's
beans
the
are
egg.
good.
Here's the giant
Everyone, this
egg.
is the
That's huge.
egg.
It's
What?
10 feet tall.
Wow.
That's 8,000 pounds.
Probably. I feel like chocolate's
Crazy.
heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and I guess if it's not hollow.
That being
Yeah.
said,
Okay.
that's what we're going to leave you with on this
That's
Friday.
it for us.
Have
Happy
a great
Easter.
weekend.
Bye.
We'll see you Monday
Monday.
at 9.